Recruit Taylor. Sir, yes, sir. Guess what? I'm about to get good. Good. I don't have to waste my time. Assume position. Aye, sir. Ah, fudge butter. Yep, that's me. After getting violated and dunked into my footlocker for the 90th time, I've finally gone crazy. Where am I? This is a game called The Backrooms, aptly named. A game released on Steam in 2022 by Fancy Games. I love that name. The game follows an unfortunate recruit who falls into the elusive backrooms. As old as this concept is, I won't have to describe much about it. Regardless, I played this game before with the boys, and we got voted. I thought you saw it.
We are in a bad spot because there's so many different angles. I'm running.
Run.
I'm running.
Run.
Oh, fuck.
I can't run. So loud.
Oh, it got me. So I wondered to myself, with all unbiased wisdom, could I beat it on single player? For those who are unaware, this game allows for multiplayer. You and 3 of your friends can traverse the back rooms together. So I and the boys, playlist in description, skipped through the back rooms and made it as far as we could. Yet, here we are. As a glutton for punishment and unfavorable situations, I said, let's play the single player, but harder. The question, can I beat or get to where we stopped in this game with 9 lives, or in other words, cat camera? While we go through this journey, I'll help you either love, hate, or be uncomfortably attracted to the backrooms. Alas, we hoorah again. We begin with a novice's understanding of the backrooms. The backrooms are a place characterized by unwilling victims and unyielding threats. Created with the same concept and ideas as SCPs, each floor has a gimmick or rules that will dictate how we proceed. Ooh, what's this? I have something in my pocket. Oh, it's a hip pocket class. Level 0. Level 0 is a non-linear space resembling the backrooms of a retail outlet. Similar to its previous form, all rooms in Level 0 appear uniform and share superficial features such as yellowed wallpaper, damp carpets, and inconsistently places fluorescent lighting. However, no 2 rooms within the level are identical. Survival difficulty, Class 1, minimal danger. Sanity danger, Class 0, no sanity risk. This is based on the hub's description of this place. Now, what does this mean? As mentioned already, each level within the backrooms has a gimmick or set of rules the player must follow to survive. In terms of iconic, this level is infamous for being boring yet overwhelming. Imagine going to school, for those who still do, but each hallway leads nowhere. For most backroom games, danger comes in many forms.
Light scanners have pinpointed the source of the emergency at the Ajax dump in Gotham City.
It's time to put our XOR experience to use.
Wonder Twin powers, activate!
Form of mental health. Much like your least favorite influencer faking ADHD for those sweet moments of notoriety, backroom games typically weigh heavily on the sanity mechanic. For Level 0, sanity is not an issue. Instead, we have to worry about getting ripped to shreds, turned inside out, getting a notification from the IRS about faking our tax returns and embezzling funds from orphans. Level 0 is home to the Chad himself, and the envy of all Weight Watchers, the Wire Monster, so aptly named. This entity is the Howler in this game. Not half man, half hipster, instead half bacteria, half murderer. In this game, this creature was created to stalk you. Mechanics, to which I found during research for this video, include spawning in after 3 minutes of the player spawning in. After that, it will imitate knocking noises to lure you in and infect you with cooties, or just kill you. If it can't find you, it will continue to stalk the hallways until it does. Luckily for me, I didn't have to worry about that. Seems the best approach is speed for this level. Spawn in, feel the feeling of despair overwhelm you, find a ladder in its pieces, get a key, unlock a door. After failing to balance, you fall to a lower level, forced to follow some suspicious arrows to freedom, or as close to freedom as you can get in this game. Next comes one of my deepest and unsettling fears. Crap, this isn't what I ordered. Wait, do I tell them it's wrong? Do I get it replaced? Sorry, another fear is getting lost in a parking garage. Level 1 is aptly just an endless parking garage and warehouse. Level 1 is a large, sprawling warehouse that features concrete floors and walls, exposed rebar, and a low-hanging fog with no discernible source. Survival difficulty, Class 1, minimal danger. Sanity danger, Class 1, minimal sanity risk. This is level 1 lore-wise, but level 2 game-wise. This floor is deceptive. As you begin, you read something on the wall that is concerning. And I forgot to mention, goals are typically described through notes left at spawn. The note on this level is, don't trust them. With a beautiful picture, of course. In other words, this level is easy solo, but hard with friends. But for now, we can proceed without worry. Level 1 is just an empty parking garage. Your goal is to find cars, use said cars to solve a puzzle, to access the elevator, and go to the next floor. Pretty easy. Until you get off the elevator. Then put the beep in there. Entering level 2 of this warehouse, we are finally introduced to the sanity mechanic, or at least where it's relevant. In your inventory, by pressing I, you will see that one villain from the Evil Concarne show, the old show from Cartoon Network from back in the day. As the overlay goes lower, the harder the game will become. You're fighting against 2 hazards at once, and that makes the gameplay pretty interesting. So how does one manage their mental health? Counseling, drugs, an unholy combination of the two? Nope. Go down to your local Whole Foods, grab a can of Backroom branded almond water for $500, chuck it down in the middle of the aisle, and awaken from your delusions of grandeur. And as you awaken from those delusions, you can run from security. So, in other words, grab one, drink, and keep moving to your vehicle so you can escape. As you move down here, there is the goal of finding keys to a large door. As you turn the corner, you see your friend. Yo, man, where have you been? Why are you running at me? I didn't mean to eat your ice cream, I swear. It was roadkill flavor. Okay, I take it all back. Danger is still present. Okay, I was stupid. Don't listen to me. Okay, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. You encounter the first entity of this level, the Skin Stealer. This is a reason this level is quote unquote easier alone until we get to the next level. But don't think about that. This creature, wearing the skin of a previous explorer, will approach you, and if he spots you, will charge. And he can also spout some convincing lines like hello, excuse me. He's very polite. The typical method is to quote unquote show your ID. However, solo, you just run. If you see anything, just run and close the door. Doors, as in most games, are overwhelmingly powerful. But in some instances, they can get you killed. Still, as it appears, there's only one Skin Stealer here. After getting all the keys and accessing the bulkhead, you travel to the final and worst level of the warehouse. This level is not easier by yourself. Going down these stairs, you enter the part of the warehouse where they cut costs. The lights are off, doors are locked, and old employees still wander these hollowed halls looking for their final paycheck. This part is hard because you are searching for something while something is looking for you. Behind one of these doors is a freight elevator that will take you to the next level. That means there's no clear path to victory. It's complete RNG. And randomly, while running through this level, from the darkness, a Skin Stealer will emerge and kill you. This is where I lost way too many lives. After struggling for what felt like hours, I finally claimed victory. After all the BS, we are welcomed in the warm and safe bosom of the safe haven, the hub. The hub connects to the next level. The hub is the safe place between levels. As I mentioned already, me and the boys have already played this game pretty far. Therefore, I can say for sure that each of these doors leads to a certain level in the backrooms. But we don't care about the other doors and only need to focus on the one. We need to hack the mainframe and open the door. Note, most of the lore I've been referencing came from this PC and the viruses as well. After opening the door, we face the final warehouse threat. Darkness. In the dark hides the Smilers, a creature shrouded in darkness and will only attack the player while they are in the dark. In other words, light good, dark bad. After a few close calls, I find the pipes room. We're given a choice, station or fun. Going against the grain and sticking it to the man, I sped toward the station. And to no one's surprise, something chased me down these super long hallways. After escaping, we enter the power station. Now, according to my research, this is considered level 3. The running level was 2 for some reason, whatever. Anyway, this is level 3. The walls are comprised of dusty brown bricks, usually covered in segments of copper pipes and mechanical components. The floors are made of an even dustier gray tiled floor, whilst the ceiling is flaking paint in most areas. Survival difficulty, class 4, severe danger. Sanity danger, class 2, moderate sanity risk. This place just seems like a worse and more claustrophobic version of level 2. But we aren't running from mimics anymore. Instead, we're fighting what the actual fudge is that? Kids next door weapon, hound, habitual occupant, uglier than sin, not your average drug user. The hound is a spawn of sin and barks like Brian Griffin from that one episode. The flashlight is your friend here. The note, thank God, says to blind them and run. The mechanic works best on normal playthrough. I guess after you beat the game, you get access to other difficulty settings, but I haven't beat it yet, so don't judge me. You blind it 3 times and it runs. With that, you can easily combat this annoying and ugly enemy. The goal is to turn on 3 power boxes in 3 separate sections. Once all lit up, you can move on. After dying to something other than the monsters and wounding my ego a little bit, I arrived at work. Clocking in at my 9 to 5, I find that I'm alone. There's no note from my boss either. Must be a Monday. Now we've entered another safe level, the backrooms. The abandoned office, level 4. Level 4 resembles an empty office building, though it is almost completely devoid of furniture. Some rooms on this level have windows, though most of them have been completely blacked out. Any windows that have not been blacked out are considered traps and should be avoided at all costs. Survival difficulty, class 1, minimal danger. Sanity danger, class 0, no sanity risk. Now, I didn't test the blacked out mirror thing. Sounded too suspicious to me. Instead, I raided the fridge for almond water and my coworkers' lunches, put push pins in my boss's chair, and avoided security as I tried to escape. The gimmick here is to get to the end of the level without being seen. Gotta channel my inner Metal Gear and crap I was seen. After my walk of shame, I thankfully succeeded my second try. Walking up the velvet staircase, I enter the horror hotel. Sounds like a Goosebumps episode. Probably is. Level 5 is a hotel complex with many rooms and halls. This level itself seems to have been constructed in the 1930s. The furniture dating back to 1920. Survival difficulty, class 2, moderate danger. Sanity danger, class 3, extreme sanity risk. After doing a meaningless puzzle, I take on the job of exterminating mobs for their jelly. Sounds gross, but someone's into that kind of thing, right? Not me, though. Unless... Anyway, after sending 3 moth jellies down a elevator, I get 3 keys to another elevator to the next floor. This floor is the bane of my and my boy's existence. We floundered about this level for hours, and I repeated our mistakes like a fool. Forgive me, my brothers. I have failed you. Regardless, the goal is to find sheets of paper that have a letter on them. Once collected, it'll say look up. Then you put the papers in the mailbox, get a code for the door to the boiler room. Sounds easy, right? Wrong, sweaty. On this floor are 2 entities, the hounds and skin stealers. One you have to simply run away from, the skin stealers, and the others, the hounds, you can outrun and you need to blind it. So 2 creatures with 2 different mechanics, conflicting mechanics at that. Fantastic. Still, there's another threat. As I mentioned from the hub description, this level has a high sanity risk. In other words, I lose more sanity the longer I'm on this floor. And boy, was I going insane. Still, after dying to door glitches, I made my way to the boiler rooms. Down below, I am equipped with some form of heat detection device. I wandered around, mesmerized by the long hallways, until suddenly my meter rose to 120. That be treasure. Or so I thought. It wasn't for me though. A giant version of the moths I've been slaughtering kidnaps me, takes me to their nest, where from sheer terror I explode into small bite-sized pieces for all of its family to enjoy. Again, not my thing, but works for some people. These sexy ladies are called death moths. Fitting, I know. The small cluster of moths that I've been spraying are actually the male death moths, tiny and inferior to their female counterpart. Glorious. The mechanic here is to remain undetected, mainly by crouching and finding my way to the exit. Cliche, I know, but after traversing this place, I start to see things, hear things. Before my eyes, smiling faces begin to appear. Oh crap, my sanity. Without almond water, I suffer my 8th death, if you've been keeping count. Thankfully, I spawn near the exit and push forward. This fudging sucks. I lost a life to mental health. If only I would have gone to counseling or taken my prescribed drugs. I would have been fine, but no. I only get some questionable tasting water and some green juice that's obviously Kool-Aid. Still, this raises the stakes that much more. And it's just like they say, when under pressure, our knees buckle. Or something about diamonds, whatever. We rush the exit and appear somewhere familiar. You know, the pipe hallway with the choice. We've already made one choice. I've experienced the station to my heart's content. Now I go for a fun day at the beach. And it's chasing me again. After dodging that menace, I enter the last level I wanted to come to. The party room. MEG notice. The information on this level has been removed as it has been vandalized by the partygoers. They have breached the credential system and any information here should not be trusted. Survival difficulty, class 0, no danger at all, wink. Sanity danger, class 1, minimal sanity risk. Aside from questioning the tomfoolery and the ability of these entities to mess with computers, this place is no joke, pun intended, of course. This level is dangerous. Sanity drain is high, and you are always in danger. Turning the corner, you see the sweet figure of a man beyond comprehension. A self-made man, a man of culture, the partygoer. These yellow humanoid creatures are decorated in the blood of their victims. What makes these creatures so intimidating isn't the blood, inhuman features, or even the balloons they clutch for dear life. No, it's the dance moves. Like, bruh. Oh, I should teach them the stanky leg. Be right back. And that's my last life. Fudge. My goal or expectation was to at least make it to the clown boss we made it to in our, group playthrough. Playlist in description. And I died after getting bonked a little too hard. Alas, this was as far as I could go solo, with 9 lives at least. Despite that, it was fun. I was able to go pretty far. Now, you might be asking me why. I find that games where death, for the most part, is inconsequential to be boring at times. Now, if you die in this game, you lose everything that you have, but you can easily start back. You can just keep trying and trying until you beat the level, which is typically how most games are. Death is a common mechanic in games that showcase that the player made a mistake in their gameplay, flawed understanding of the game mechanics, maybe a missed input, or flawed preparation. Regardless, unless it is a bug like the glitching doors, most deaths characterize a fault of the player. From that fault, we learn and adapt. Much like in life, we make mistakes and grow, become smart enough, strong enough, fast enough to overcome the challenges before us. Or something like that. That's it for now. These are going to be the new approach to videos for me. Why? You guys are asking a lot of questions today. Because for me, this is more fun. Like playing Minecraft for the 50th time. You groan as you load into a new world, hoping for some variety, until you see that sweet, sweet mod website. You lick your dry lips, look around to see if anyone can see you in your 1-bedroom apartment, and click download. You open the folder and you've been hacked. I'm just kidding. You load up a mod that add new mechanics, challenges, and opportunities for the game to appear fresh and new. And I think this really lines up with hardcore for Minecraft, right? Where people who feel that dying over and over again just gets a little too easy or stale, literally play as hard as you can and see if you can make it without dying, as in where death is just once. You only get one life. And some people enjoy that, and not every game needs to be like that. But after playing this game so much, I felt that would be a good challenge to go. And that's how it is for a lot of games. While some challenges are engaging, others aren't worth it for you. But that's the beauty of it all. You can choose what mods to download. You can choose what challenges to take on. You can create a new adventure and enjoy the game after so long. That's why there's speed runs. That's why there are challenges. That's why there are mods in order to breathe new life into old games. And that's why games like Left 4 Dead, Minecraft, just to name a few, are still around and still played today, because there are mods. Not because they're always releasing stuff and snapshots and all that stuff. It's because it supports a community that support the game. And that's what I'm doing. I want to challenge myself, and while challenging myself, make it fun for you guys. Now, obviously, this is just kind of a easy challenge, or not easy, but like kind of the first of many. So we'll see what comes next. Now, if you'll excuse me, I still have a DI outside to face. Until next time, stay hydrated. Hoorah.